Thank you for joining the collective. Today we have a workout series using the Add a Platform, which is this platform right here that sits on the back. You can also add like a moon box in the well if you don't have the Add a Platform, or just kind of do your best to either have your hands or feet up on the ledges here, or even down low. You could do things from standing on the floor, but for this class, I specifically designed it around the Add a Platform. Let's get started. We're going to have 2 springs on, one blue, one yellow. Headrest is down, and we're going to turn to face our platform here, and we're going to take both the straps into our hands. Feet rest on the headrest, and we have some space behind us to roll down. I'm on one blue, one yellow, so 2 light springs. From here, we're just going to go into some roll downs to warm up the core. So I want you to hold the short loops. Just hold it at your chest, however it feels good. We're going to start with that extra assistance. We're going to tuck the pelvis, round down. Big exhale, one bone at a time. Scoop yourself all the way up. Tucking the pelvis, hollowing out the abs, rounding down, big exhale, using control to come all the way up. Give me 2 more here. Using that exhale, big ha breath. Last one, squeeze those inner thighs together. If it helps, press into that headrest. Come all the way up. Now I'm going to switch to the long loops for less resistance, and my arms are going to open out to the side, and I'm going to open my arms to a T as I roll myself down and roll myself up, trying to keep tension in my straps. Roll it down, roll it up. Option to stay here with the feet down, or we're going to bring those legs up to tabletop. I'm going to scoot forward just a little bit. The legs are coming to tabletop as we roll down. Hold that tabletop. Use that exhale to come up. Next time you roll down, I want you to extend the legs out. Use that exhale to come up to find that balance. Everything reaches long. Big exhale, use control. Now, if you want, legs stay long, and we're going to come up to find our teaser. Lower with control. Lifting up into our teaser. One more here. Rolling down with control. Lifting up, finding that teaser. Great job. I forgot to mention when we started class that you do need a set of weights. I'm using 3 pounds. I would say anywhere from 2 to 8 pounds would be good for this. So keeping our same springs on, which is a blue and a yellow, I'm going to turn to face the side, grab one of my weights here. My outside hand is going to reach across and grab the long loop. I'm going to bring my weight right in front of my shoulder. I'm going to hinge back, coming to my tippy toes, and I'm going to punch out towards the wall, bring it back in. My toes are just holding me for balance. One more, punching it out, bringing it in. Now with that weight, reach up to the ceiling, bring it back down. Up and down. 3, 2, 1. Now both arms at the same time. We're going to send them out into a giant L, come into a little L. If it feels good, I want you to find your balance in this mini teaser. Squeezing inner thighs together, bringing it back in. Give me 4 more. Take it out and in. Good job. Use that exhale where you need it. Final one. Great work. Come on in. Hook that strap up for now so we can change positions. I want you to keep that weight. Put it into the top hand now, so the opposite hand. We're going to come into side lying legs. So your booty is against the back edge. I'm going to be on my forearm over my shoulder blocks, taking that long loop, pulling it down, putting it on my top foot. Legs are at 90 degrees here. I'm lifting those side obliques, taking the weight into my top hand. I'm going to hold my arm at 90 degrees, just like my leg. Lift that leg with the strap so your knee and heel are higher than your hip. And from here, you're going to press out over the center of the foot bar, keeping that heel higher than the hip, bending it back into 90. Pressing out, bending in. Now we're going to do some external rotations with that upper arm. We're going to press out, lift the arm, bend it in. Reach it out, bend it in. Nice job. Trying to keep that leg lifted as you press out. I'm not going super high, but I'm keeping it higher than my hip. 3, 2. On your next one, hold it out. The arm and leg are going to lift up, down, little 6-inch pulse here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Bring it all the way in. Set that weight down for now. Taking this strap off, hook it up, and then we're going to come onto our knees, facing a diagonal towards our left shoulder block. Take that strap that we just had, pull it all the way back. This time put it on your other foot, the opposite foot that we just used. So it went over my first foot, it's on that second foot, which is not the leg that previously had the strap. Hands come down, and I'm looking at my opposite headrest. I'm going to push my leg back and up, bend it in, press it out, bend it in, kicking out and up, bend it in, out and up, bend it in. On your next one, hold it there. You're going to cross the top leg over the bottom leg, reach it up and away. Cross, reach up and away, pull the core in, make sure we're not dumping into the low back. One more. Great job. Bend it in. Take that strap off. Guide yourself home. We're going to repeat that series on the other side, taking one weight with you. Outside hand reaches over to grab the long loop. Inside hand has the weight. Toes are on the floor to find the balance if you need it. And we press out and away, right back in. The toes are there for balance if you need it. One more. Now hold it here. Take that weight. Press it up and down for 3, 2, 1. Now scoot forward so we can find that mini teaser balance, or toes can stay down. Arms go up and away at the same time. Everything reaches out. Pull it back into a little L, big L. Use that breath. 3, 2, final one. Great job. Coming onto the right forearm, keeping the weight nearby. Line your hips up with the back edge of the carriage. That long loop goes on the top foot. Both those legs come to a 90 degree on the carriage. Take the weight into the top hand. Bend the elbow. Rest it here. Lift the top leg so your knee and heel are higher than my hip. So they're lifted. And we're going to press out, keeping the heel lifted. Bend it back in. Press out. Bend it in. Now let's add the arm. The arm just lifts up. My elbow stays by my hip. Lower back down. Take it out and in. out and in. 3, 2, on your next one, hold it out. 6-inch pulse of the arm and leg, up, up. Keep going. Halfway there, we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Come all the way in. Take that strap off so we can change into that diagonal kickback position. The weight can go to the floor. Knees walk towards the back corner, and then we're going to face the right shoulder block. Take that long loop. Pass it behind you. It goes to the outside foot. So we're switching which leg has the strap now. Hands come down around this opposite shoulder block. You kick back and up, bend it in. Make sure that core is tight. You're reaching through that heel, protecting the lower back, using your breath. That supporting glute should feel it because it just did the work. Hold it here. We cross it down, lift it up. Top leg is crossing over the bottom leg, lifting up and away. Last 2. Final one. Try to keep those hips stable. Great work. Bring it all the way in. Unhook that strap. Guide your carriage home. Hook that up. We're going to do our spring change. So we're going to take the blue off. So we just have one yellow spring on. One yellow spring. We're going to turn to face our platform back here. Walk up, placing our knees against each shoulder blocks, and then our hand is going to find the platform. From here, I want you to extend one leg out, holding the carriage still. You're going to lower the leg, lift the leg, down and up. So we have tension on that spring. Now we're going to add a knee pull. Hold the leg up, pull the carriage in, send it back out, lower the leg, lift the leg, pull it in, send it out, lower, lift, in and out, lower, lift, in and out. 2 more, down and up, in and out. Last time, down, up, in, out. Nice job. Take a little stretch here. Let the carriage come home. Option for this next exercise is you're going to stay on your knees and pull the carriage in and out with your knees, hands on the platform. Otherwise, we're going to take it up into a full plank. Find your plank. The leg that was just lifted is going to cross at the ankle of the supporting leg. Find that plank. From here, tuck and pike the hips, pulling the carriage in with us, with control, sending it back out. Use the core, lift the hips, control back. 2 more, piking it up. Last one. Great work. From here, step that leg into the well. And we're going to go into some repeaters. So hands to the hips, hands on the risers. You're going to pull the carriage in, send it back out. Pull it in, send it out. For an extra challenge, we're going to stand on that platform, staying low. Pull it in and out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Hop down from here. All right, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Finding that kneeling position. Hands find the platform. Pull it in just a little bit. Extend the opposite leg, holding the carriage still. We lower and lift, down and up. Squeezing that glute. finding the connection to our core. On the next one, hold the leg up. We knee pull the carriage under, lower and lift. Pull it in, out, down, and up. In, out, down, and up. We're keeping the tension on the springs. Last two. Final one. Great job. Little rest here. Now remember your options. Both knees can stay down on the carriage, and you're going to pull the carriage in and out, focusing on those lower abs, pulling it under versus the hip flexor. So a lot of mind muscle connection. Use that exhale. Otherwise, we're finding that plank and we're crossing at the ankles. So here we go. Find that plank. The leg that was lifted crosses up and over. Pike the hips up. Find the plank. Pike it up. Last three. Use the exhale. Final one. Find the plank. That leg steps into the well. Stay low. Go straight into those repeaters. In and out. For extra challenge, we're stepping up to that platform. Find your balance. For 6, 5, stay low. Final one. Great job. Hop down. Whew. Take a second, roll out those wrists. From here, I need you to find those weights. Bring them with you. Set them on the headrest. And then we're going to come kneeling on our platform, facing the carriage. You could also do this with your feet on the floor if you don't have that platform. So knees find the carriage. And then we're going to walk our hands out to find a kneeling plank. We're going to use those abdominals to round the back. Think about elephant here. As you pull it in and then shift back out to find that plank. Scooping the abdominals, rounding throughout the whole spine. Tuck your chin to your chest. With control, resist those springs as you come back out. Now option, we're going to layer in a push-up here. When we're in our plank, we push up, use the abdominals, pull the carriage in. Resist, 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 resist. Find that kneeling plank. One push-up, you got it. Rounding, coming all the way in. Resisting those springs. Scoop out the core, hollow out the abs. Man, I'm working up a sweat today. One more. It's humid here today. One push-up to go. Woo! Nice job. From here, we're going to stay kneeling, and I'm going to take both weights into one hand. You have the option to just use a single weight, but since I only have 3 pounds, I'm going to use them both in one hand. We're going to row the weights to our hips. Hold it here. Use the opposite arm to pull the carriage to you. Once the carriage finds home, we go into one row and hold. Pull the carriage in. Back home. One row and hold. Now I want you to think core here. Yes, that arm is working. But I really want you to focus on what is your core doing. Are we wrapping it around like a corset? Are we using that exhale to turn on those deep abs? Last one. Great job. We're going to set one of the weights down, turn to the side, and take that inside hand to the carriage. So we find the side plank here. The top arm reaches up, and we're going to lower that arm down with control. Find your headrest. Using those obliques, I want you to pull the carriage in, resist it back out. Arm lifts in front. We take it up. Lower with control. Find the headrest. Try to use only those obliques to pull the carriage in. You got it. Take it up and down. Find that headrest. Pull it in. Send it out. Give me 2 more. Up and down. Pull it in. Send it out. Last one. Up and down. Pull it in. Send it out. Great work. Turn to face your carriage. Left knee stays down. Right leg comes forward. 1 weight in each hand. Whew. All right. From here, make sure that back knee is comfortable. You can also be in a standing lunge with your foot on the floor. We're going to hinge forward. Arms reach long. Open out to a reverse fly, pulling the carriage towards you. Resist as you come back in. So now we're thinking hamstring here. The bottom of that pulling leg is bringing it in. Core is actively engaged because we go from this hinge to an upright position using those core muscles. Press into the foot that's on the carriage. 2 more. Last one. Great work. Carefully let the carriage come home. And then we're going to go to standing on our platform here. So, same foot is forward. Hands have the weights. Back leg stays straight. This is really going to fire that front hamstring. Keep the hinge. We row the weight towards your hips as you pull the carriage home. With control, come in. Pull the carriage home. Keep that balance. And back in. Woo! Back leg, try to keep it straight. 3 more. Last 2. You got this. Weights to the hips. Final 1. Bring it in. Great job. We're going to start that series working backwards now. So we're going to start standing. Left foot comes up to the headrest. Right foot comes back to that platform. Find your balance. We use that hamstring to pull it in. Reach it long. This back leg stays straight. Row it to your hips. Pull the carriage in with you. Resist as you come back out. Good. Pull it in. Reach it long. Working on that balance. Using that hamstring. Final 1. Great work. Hands find the carriage. We're going to come to our knee on the platform now, so however you want to do that. Back knee finds the platform. Front foot finds the headrest again. We go into that reverse fly. We find that hinge from the hips. We open the arms as we use the hamstring to pull the carriage towards us. Resist the spring as you come back in. Opening out to the side. Right back in. Good. Using that powerful exhale to help you. Last one. Great work. Bring both knees to the platform. Set 1 weight down. We go into that side plank here. Hand is on the carriage. Top hand has that weight. We lower the weight in front of us with control. Find the shoulder block. Use those obliques to pull it in. Send it back out. That arm lifts. It lowers. Finds the shoulder block. Use those side obliques. It's really hard not to use momentum to to pull that carriage in. I'm really trying my best to use those obliques. Last one. Arm goes up. With control, it lowers. Find that shoulder block. Pull it in with control. Resist that spring. Nice job. Both knees. Find the platform. I'm taking both weights into my right hand. I row the weights to my hips. Hold them there. I pull the carriage to me. Resist the springs back out. Lower my hand. One, row and hold. Pull it in. Resist out. One, row and hold. Remember, focusing on the core. What is your core doing here? Is it actively engaged? We have 3 more. Great work, everyone. All right, good news. We're done with the weights. Bad news. I have one finisher. That's tough, but you can do it and know that this is the end. Let's finish strong. Let's finish strong together. I am a sweaty mess. All right, big combo movement. But we got this. There's nothing we can't do. All right, we're going to find a plank with our feet on the carriage, hands on that platform back there. And then I'll walk you through the rest. So meet me in that plank. Let's go. Find that plank. I want you to pull the right knee into your chest. Tap it towards the floor. Pull it back into your chest. Find the plank. Rotate to the side. Pull the carriage in. Find that plank. Come to the center. Other knee. Knee to chest. Tap it down. Pull it up. Find your plank. Rotate. Pull it in. That is our combo. Knee in. Foot down. Knee in. Plank. Rotate. Pull. Plank. Other leg. Knee in. Toe down. Knee in. Plank. Rotate and pull. One more on each side. You've got this. Trying to use control. This is taking all I got today. Nice job. Drop your knees down to the carriage. Hold on to the edge. Take a big stretch here. Now I want you to roll your wrists out. Take your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Press the knuckles towards the floor. Opening up the chest. Stretching out those shoulders a little bit. Thank you so much for joining me for this quick but spicy workout. I will see you next time.